Hey, it's me, Glitchmaster 1001. I know, surprise, you can hear me speak. I'm real. But anyways, welcome to Spookies. Probably the last Spookies I'm going to do. So I wanted to end it off with a sort of grand finale. That would be 100%ing Spookies. Also, this video can work as a sort of achievement guide if any of you want to 100% Spookies as well. So sit back and enjoy what was a 16-hour journey through Spooky's mansion, grinding for all the achievements. Okay, so starting off with the original mansion, the second you click in, you get your first achievement.
Hello, I am Spooky. Anyway, just go.
Upon entering the elevator, you will notice a save point. I cannot use this save point the entire first run because of speedrun strats. The entire 1,000 rooms, without dying, all at once. No saving. Fun, right? Speaking of fun, at room 60 we get our first goopy friend. Yay. Yeah, Specimen 2. Fun, easy, likes to give high fives, and smack me in the face repeatedly with his sharp claws. You know, all the workings of a good friend. Great, goopy friend. Next up, at room 120, we have our clicking, gargling centipede spider, Specimen 3, who isn't too much of a threat other than repeatedly biting me with venomous bites that are quite pleasant. Yay. After going through the centipede bites, I end up at school, where I eventually meet Specimen 4, who has forgot their lunch money and asks me for help with that. I politely decline and begin running away as she's begging me to come and help with her lunch problems. Nope, not helping. I then find myself in a foggy room where Specimen 5, a Silent Hill-esque abomination, begins chasing me and making me hallucinate them all over the walls, floors, ceiling, basically anywhere you can hallucinate something. Quite mesmerizing, honestly. After escaping Specimen 5, I find myself at room 250 where I get my next achievement.
So, you made it this far. That's great. I shall grant you a gift for your progress. So just keep going.
Spooky leaves me a gift, tells me to look behind me, and find a bunch of Specimen 1 all over the walls. I start laughing hysterically, probably to irritate Spooky, I'm not entirely sure at the moment. Look at some more art, and continue on. Within just a few rooms, I managed to find an arcade, which I need to get the Metagamer achievement. I murder Spook Pack, because why not, actually? Why not? Play some Mala Spook, stab a couple innocents, and decide game over. Not continuing that game at all. Spooky's already the best at it anyways. So then I try Spook Cart, or Spooky Cart, and figure out that it's just a lesser quality Burnout game. I try my best. I succeed to literally earn absolutely nothing other than the Metagamer achievement. Nice. After all that gaming, I decide to meet with Specimen 6, the mansion's local optometrist. He locks me in the room, initially. I manage to escape, and find out that he isn't the optometrist he says he is. Ouch. I then break the threshold of consciousness in order to look deep inside myself. A small white cat appears, telling me if I'm lost, then it can help. I don't honestly believe it, but we'll find out. The grandfather clock then starts giving me strange vibes. And I continue on. The cat then appears again, telling me that it's going to show me something I'd rather not be. I don't know what the cat was referencing here, but I have a bad feeling it's gonna show me some very bad things. With the cat thoroughly disturbing me, I run out of the room to find that I'm in a giant spinning wall of flesh. Yeah, now I think I know why that cat's actually here. And I decide to move on again. And exiting the flesh, it wasn't any better. I got thrown to what I can only presume is one of the many pizza establishments from the Five Nights at Freddy's universe, with a giant wall of moving flesh slowly encroaching on my personal space. At room 500, I get the next achievement.
Here you are. Well, the next door has been fixed up for you. So enjoy and keep moving on, you little fleshy live one.
Spooky fixes up a door that I don't want to use, so I try desperately to get out of the out-of-order door. Unfortunately, to no avail, so I leave. Luckily, or I guess unluckily for me in this case, I get the axe just a little ways in, but I'm a pacifist, so I can't use it. I soon meet Specimen 8, who tells me my flesh will help him sustain his children, and that I should join him. I decide not to, run away, while he begs me to come back, asking why I'm running. After running from the Deer Lord, I find myself in room 610, where somebody calls lights, so I head to electrical and go to fix them. Unfortunately, the second I reactivate lights, the imposter hops out of the vent and murders the old Specimen 10, so I begin slowly running from the new Specimen 10. Honestly, this chase is more of a stroll through the mansion. 15 years for this slow alien parasite to chase. Unless, of course, you get too far from it, but then it outspeeds you and bites you in the face, so this one's fun, for sure. After 2,000 years of walking away from Specimen 10, I find myself in a meat locker. Most likely from a weird version of Burger King in the mansion. Not entirely sure. I grab the key to escape and find myself being chased by Specimen 11, a 100% pure beef demon. I decided not to taste the beef and began running for my life while he slowly begged me to go back and try the meat. At room 750, Spooky compliments my axe, gives me unlimited stamina, I get an achievement, and I move on.
Nice.
Room 810 was an entire mansion within a mansion, which had an old man in it. He wasn't too happy I was trespassing. He began chasing me around with a scythe, screaming how I'll like being dead, he promises. I started to believe him at some point. But that's for a future story. For now, I'm just gonna run for my life. After making it quite a ways, the mansion sewer system decided to back up and flood all the rooms. I walked around trying to figure out which doors even opened at this point, until I found what I can only describe as a siren? Mermaid? I don't know. Whatever it wasn't happy. When I approached, it jumped in the water and tried to kill me. I continued through the flooded rooms, only to find out I have to mantle over boxes, which I would think would make things slower, but in this case it doesn't. So I continue to do it until I'm finally free. I then finally make it to room 1000 and get the next achievement. I then open the exit door to find that the exit door leads to a very staticky room that is clearly just a bunch of monitors all over the walls. Floors, ceiling, the usual. I guess she was trying to trick anybody who actually managed to get this far.
Well, you made it. Congratulations, I guess. Well... Oh. So now you must pass one final test to prove your fortitude or dedication or something.
Spooky's plan to trick me into believing I've escaped failed epically in her face, but Specimen 9 decided to start screaming in people's ears. It clearly seems Specimen 9 was not interested at all in my pacifist ways, and immediately decided the best course of action was to beat me to a bloody pulp. But I had other plans. Apparently, pacifism doesn't matter when you're using an axe against a boss. So I fireballed him in the face and chopped him to pieces. He wasn't too happy about this, and so he cheated and caused the walls to fall on my head, killing me instantly. What a tragic way to die.
Well, you died. In a pretty tragic way, too. Just tragic enough for you to become a ghost. Good job, by the way, making it this far. So buckle up, soldier, because now I finally think we have enough troops to invade. The time has come, my loyal troops. No longer shall we be called cute or adorable. No longer will we be disregarded and ignored. For now, we are the most feared army in the world.
With being a pacifist out of the way, I decided to do some cheating myself, entering a password to get me to room 750 immediately. This time, however, I was going to use that axe I found a lot more. So, sit back and enjoy a lovely montage of my axe antics.
Congratulations! You did it! It was interesting watching you swing your axe around like that. I know you'll make a fine specimen.
Meanwhile, during the violent run, I managed to walk enough to get an achievement for walking a bunch of rooms. Listen, I understand if you want to skip this whole part. A rival mode is not really the achievement. It's for the faint of heart. However, I also get the Avid Reader achievement during this segment. It's just a lot of reading, walking through empty rooms. To get a rival mode, you have to start an entire new run of the mansion with jump scares and specimens deactivated. It's incredibly boring, and it was painful to do, especially once I ran out of notes getting the Avid Reader achievement. Finally, after what felt like a century, I make it out and get the arrival mode achievement, ending this suffering of no specimen whatsoever.
Congratulations, you've done it. You can go home now, and if anything changes, we'll let you know. Bye.
This also now concludes the main mansion portion of the achievements. On to Karamari, Dollhouse, and Endless Mode.
I don't know how you got all the way down here. I didn't even remember there were rooms down here. Well, good luck.
I then enter the hospital, get the achievement for entering, and immediately go to the drinking fountain because I'm thirsty. After exploring the hospital for a while, I find a staircase guarded by a police officer. I leave him to his work and find another way down to get to the morgue. In the morgue, I find a body bag that seems to be sentient and wanting to kill me just like everything else in the mansion. So I run from it. The room gets foggy, and somehow he teleports directly in front of me, smacking me in the face, but I press on. Oh, and not to mention, I did find a medallion of some sort while I was down here. I decided to place the medallion inside its holder, opening a secret room to a deeper portion of the hospital. Examine some more questionable art. But I heard something about a portable game device in the basement too, which I needed to get to. And by needed, I mean I really needed something to take my mind off this horrifying hospital. I soon find said game device and play it repeatedly, about 6 times, before I realized the game was changing. So I decided the best course of action would be an absolute creep, picking all the weirdest options possible to see what kind of ending I would get. Please enjoy that, because she didn't. After failing horribly, I decide to get Monster Force help. Maybe they would know how to get the secret ending to the Sunshine Academy. So I show them the game console. They run over to me, smack me across the head for even thinking about playing it, and tear it in half while killing me at the same time. What a nice friend. Monster 4 is still a little ticked off about me asking them to play Sunshine Academy with me. So I have to look them in their eyes, or bandages, while I run away from them. Yeah, they weren't happy about this. They also hit me again, because, I don't know, they really hated it. I'm never letting them play that game again. I then visit the isolation wing, where I find myself in what I can only presume is a maze of sorts. A bunch of prison bars everywhere. I also hear a lot of mooing. I don't know what it was coming from at the time, but it wasn't pleasant whatever it was. It also was, like, trying to worm into my mind. Hmm. For being a pacifist yet again, I managed to get the good ending of Karamari Hospital. A mirror ghost of sorts tells me that I should shut the place down, and I get some more lore behind what really happened with Spooky. Please, enjoy.
Oh, there you are. I guess there are still some hidden things down here. Well, keep going, and we'll see what happens. Yeah. See you later.
After Spooky tells me that there's some hidden things down here still, I decide the best way to help the one ghost mirror girl was to go ask help from the bathroom centipede thing, Carl. He informs me that the best way to do it was to go and grab a sword hidden in a painting, and then murder every monster that exists in the hospital. And that would 100% shut this place down. So I murder the cop, virus of sort, body bag, the floating demonic baby head, the person who ate Sunshine Academy for some reason, Spooky, and figure out what that mooing was. And oh god, I kill it and visit her again. But she is not too thrilled this time. Please enjoy.
I guess there are still some hidden things down here. Well, keep going, and we'll see what happens. Yeah. See you later.
This now concludes the Karamari Hospital portion of the achievements. On to the dollhouse. Upon entering the dollhouse, I get my first achievement. Try to unlock a door that's clearly locked. So I look for a map that I find. It doesn't help me whatsoever. It does tell me the place is a lot bigger than I expected. I also find a doll that is emanating some weird energy, so I pick it up. What else would you have done? A GL lab paper tells me that it's a great idea to sit down and have tea with your doll, so I do it, even though it was already happy. I sit down a little longer, thinking about why I'm even here and what I'm doing, but I get up and continue on with my life, with the doll.
Oh, hey, there you are. I was wondering where you were. I had forgotten about this place. So many tortured souls are here. Well, anyway, I'm gonna go check on something. See you later.
Spooky tells me there's a bunch of tortured souls here, but then has to go check on something. Sketchy. I travel a while in the mansion until I find a interesting arcade cabinet. It resembles Dig Dug, but it's Dug Dug. I decide to test my power of remembrance and play it. See if my Dig Dug skills of the past are actually worth anything. I make it a little ways, but I eventually decide that it's probably the best just to get the achievement and leave. To get the good ending of the dollhouse, I had to go and do a lot of stuff that isn't really necessary to show the achievements. But I decide to start a seance. You know, normal thing you do in a abandoned demonic laboratory meant to bring your dead child back to life. I decide the best choice of action would be to summon the Dear Lord to help me. He immediately decides he wants to kill me still. Still begging to join, and why am I running and whatnot. I swear, it's like he doesn't say anything other than wanting me to join his cause. Saying that my submission will be inevitable too. I mean, seriously. I'm not even a child. I've become very sick of him, so I lead him to the Hellgate. He gets sucked in, and immediately begins praising his master, Balagatov? I don't know. He's weird. As the Dear Lord's final act of revenge, he also breaks my Kira-genesis. What a shame. No more summoning for me. So I decide to go and try and free Spooky from this nightmare cube. Not entirely sure what that means. So I sacrifice my doll that I've had with me the entire time. Doesn't seem to mind getting sucked away and its spirit being consumed. Just a mention to everyone, there's a lot of flashing lights in this part. So if you're sensitive to that kind of thing, please skip ahead. I'll leave a timestamp. I decided not to talk during that part, just for the sensitive subject that it was, and lore. With all the sadness out of the way, the entire facility decides it's going to explode in 35 seconds. So I bolt for a tram that I had seen on the way out. I kill Spooper, a future nightmare that you'll see eventually. I hate that thing. But please, enjoy the good ending for the dollhouse. This next part, I'm going to tell if you're in the know. So all you gotta do for this is fill out the cipher. Luckily I did it for you, so just go into the secret room and type into the sea, you and me, all these years and no one heard. To get to the secret room, just go to the room with the electric fence, go down one of the hallways, and there'll be a fake wall. Walk into it, and you'll be in a bunch of weird twisting hallways that don't make sense. Find another hidden wall there, and you'll find yourself in this room. Put in the cipher to get the achievement. After you're in the know, I decided to be a fool. To get you are a fool, just go and die stupidly. Like repeatedly stabbing yourself with barbed wire. Going over to the furnace and repeatedly trying to open it while it's on, like an idiot. Or a fool. Activating and standing in the electric fence I mentioned earlier. Shocking. And finally, waiting the 35 seconds for the facility to explode. So please enjoy this Specimen 1 stump while I wait for my impending death. Finishing off the dollhouse, Simply get the bad ending, just don't do the whole Hellgate part. Don't do the summoning, keep the candles if you want, they're great souvenirs. You'll need it after the apocalypse. Please enjoy the Dollhouse bad ending. This also now concludes the Dollhouse portion. On to the final portion, the Endless Mode achievements. They're miserable. Starting off in Endless Mode, you'll need to go find a room that contains a vial with a brain in it. Simply use your sword or your axe to break it open, it'll come out, it'll kill you, and you'll get your achievement. Next up, just keep going for a while. Eventually, 2 of the same specimen are bound to chase you, and you'll get the Seeing Double achievement. In this case, it's our goopy friend, Specimen 2. Next up, just simply reach room 1001. Pretty easy, and haha, yes, 1001. That's all you have to do. Next up is near-death experience. For this one, I find it easiest to wait for a specimen to be just about done with their chase, let it hit you to 1 hit till death, and leave. And you should get your achievement there. Alternatively, you can let Whiteface kill you, open your body to him, and then escape his secondary chase, and you should get the achievement there as well. Next achievement would be Specimen Researcher. All I did for that is just go through the mansion's Endless Mode a whole bunch of times, till eventually you encounter every single specimen. My last one was Monster 2, the body bag. It took forever. Forever. Yeah, I was very excited. Oh yeah, here's a death montage. This is for getting the game over and over. And with that, it's over. That's all achievements in Spooky's Jumpscare Mansion HD renovation. I really hope you enjoyed, because it took me about 16 hours to do this. Yeah, a long time. Anyway, if you want to know who's been helping me edit things, check out their channel in the description, or you can watch these videos here if you want to see some more spookies.